What's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are, as always. So, I think anyone holding Alibaba shares and any viewers of Tai Chi King's YouTube channel will be having a good day today, right? So, especially Tai Chi King, most of his viewers, I think, are Alibaba shareholders, right? And also Alibaba shareholders, why would they be happy today? So I want to shift and take a look at the technicals, right? You can see that at this 110 or 112 level, there has been strong bounces, right? Showing us that strength, right? Because at these times, maybe people will feel a bit demoralized because of all this. Maybe look at all this price movement. It's just been down, 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 right? So losing 60-70% of your money in 1 year is really not fun, right? Do you know what else will make me less demoralized? It's of course you smashing that like button and you hitting subscribe and hitting the bell button to join our community and also join our Alibaba discussion. But basically, you can see if there's a bounce, right? Means there's a level of support there. And I don't really do technical analysis much, although recently I've been getting into it a little more because a friend has been recommending it to me. So I think now I'm starting to look at it as we should combine both technical and fundamentals for us to get the best results, right? Not just I look at fundamentals, I don't look at technicals, or I look at technicals, I don't look at fundamentals. And I think a lot of us fall into that category, right? Because as humans, we are very resistant to change and also doing things that are out of our maybe our comfort zone, right? So yeah, now when I take a look at the technicals, yeah, I think there is some merit to looking at the technicals, right? So basically, if you can look at this 110 level, you can see that we come and test it once, we bounce, come back and test it another time. So people can say this is a confirmation. So those traders, maybe they want to enter positions here. I really don't know too much about technical analysis, but in simple terms, yes, that's definitely like a strong support there, right? Because you test it once and then you come back to confirm basically a bounce with a 10% up day, right? So if there's another 3, 4, 5 days of maybe green, we can see that it's slowly establishing an uptrend, right? So basically, why is this important? This doesn't change any fundamentals, and you know me, I'm more of a fundamentals guy, right? So I'm like price, all this, try to ignore it because it will give you a headache if you're thinking about price all the time, right? But price is still very important because you need to know when to buy, right? So if you're looking to buy, then you still need to constantly look at the price. If you're not looking to buy, just ignore the price, because even if the price drops, do you plan to sell? Unless you're a trader, you probably don't plan to sell. If you're planning to hold long term, you don't care where is the support. Maybe you want to look at the support where that's where you want to buy. But other than that, there's really no reason for you to look at the charts all day, right? Because you're going to drive yourself nuts. So yeah, the technicals are looking quite bright, but we'll have to see for the next 2, 3, or 4 days, right? So next, I want to talk about this Motley Fool article, right? So basically, this Motley Fool article says recovering from a 3-day sell-off. So first of all, I want to let you know like what is their time frame, right? For them, 3 days is a long time. So for long-term investors, maybe we're looking at 3 years or even up to 10 years time frame, right? So okay, maybe not that long, maybe 5 years, right? And then after 5 years, we'll reevaluate, right? But basically, yes, after a 3-day sell-off, shares of China e-commerce giant Alibaba Group has bounced back on Thursday and are up 7.2%. So, according to this Motley Fool article, the bounce back is because of a plan to dispose of its 30% stake in Weibo, right? This is basically the Chinese version of Twitter, and I think Weibo is quite influential in China, right? So maybe shedding some of these media assets won't be like the worst thing for Alibaba, because they don't want to be like targeted by the CCP saying you have too much control over social media or whatever it is, and we'll give you another fine or we'll disrupt your business or something like that, right? Because the core part of their business is still selling goods and services more like their cloud and a lot of their other services, but also a lot to do most of their business is to do with selling goods, right? But yeah, I think selling all these media assets will also weaken their advertising potential, because if they have this integrated, basically, think if you own all the TVs in China and you can basically play Alibaba ads everywhere for near free or very cheap price, or you have collaborations all the time, right? So basically that will definitely increase your sales and all, right? So this is why basically the Chinese government also wants Alibaba to shed all these media assets, because they say, oh, you're becoming too big, or you're becoming a monopoly, or you don't really care what we have to say, right? So I think it's really a tug of war of power. But I think it's very clear that the CCP has the upper hand, right? Anything that they say is yes sir, right? So yeah, I think another article, although it's pretty late, right? I haven't made a Alibaba update video in a long time, right? So this is on the 5th of December, and basically Chinese regulators refute reports of VIE listing ban, right? Slams US clampdown on firms. So basically, China's top security regulator said on Sunday that certain reports by overseas media are actually false, right? So basically, I don't know which news article came out, but I was also spooked by this, right? But I didn't sell out because I was thinking it's maybe we have some more time. And it coincided on one of these like big red days, right? Because basically what happened was Didi got delisted at that time, and then some media outlet put out a piece that said that the China regulator is planning to ban VIE structures and ban VIE IPOs. So it left investors wondering what will happen to Alibaba, because we are also using a VIE structure. And my take was that maybe the worst thing that can happen is they delist it and we shift to trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, as is what happened with Didi, right? And bear in mind, Didi has way more data on like the cities in China and all than probably Alibaba, right? Because Didi is doing like autonomous driving and all, so their AI will start to capture parts of China's cities and all of that, right? And maybe the China regulator later thinks that's not such a good thing, right? Because they don't want the US to have like data on their cities and all, right? So this coming out is actually really good, right? Because it tells the investors and also maybe even the consumers that Alibaba is not maybe so deep in the regulators' crosshairs anymore, right? And also maybe it's the bottom of these clampdowns already, right? So there's no way to see for sure, but at least you know that this whole VIE structure won't disappear and all your money won't just disappear, right? So yeah, that's one of the very good pieces of news for Alibaba investors, right? So actually, I want to continue reading this article because I think there are some important things that might have been missed, right? Because I think the headline is always like, VIE ban is being reviewed, is not a thing that is going to happen. Then after that, people just don't read the article, right? So the China Security Commission said in a statement on its website, and this is good, right? Because this is like official confirmation, not like Bloomberg or anything, where they use people familiar with the matter, and they can get away with that, right? Because also you don't want to reveal your source, which is understandable, but also sometimes when there's no one held accountable, these media articles, their job is to get clicks, right? So basically they can just put something like that out there and they put source familiar with the matter and this is unconfirmed, right? Or something like that. And they can basically get away with it without too much of their reputation being stained, right? So and also this article also, I don't know whether it's here, but yeah, I think it's here. As far as we know, some domestic companies are actively communicating with domestic and foreign regulators to seek listing in the US market, the regulator said. And basically what will happen is if you are a Chinese company that wants to be listed in the US stock exchange or any stock exchange, you have to ask the Chinese regulators, which I think is not exactly a good thing, because you want to put a system into place where people can basically look at the system and say, okay, can we do it or can we not do it? And basically, I think China is going in the way that we have to rubber stamp everything, and basically that will make the capital structure very slow, right? Because can you imagine if you want to go public and you need to wait 2 years to go public, because the China securities, basically their regulation is taking their own sweet time, swinging their legs, and basically you can't go public. So I think this is incredibly good news for investors, because basically first of all is that you're sure that the VIE structure is not going to disappear overnight, at least for the foreseeable future. And second of all, I don't know whether it covers it in this article, but I've been reading that Chinese regulators actually, Hong Kong Stock Exchange has actually been in talks with the US Stock Exchange, basically the SEC, to say that you can actually come over to Hong Kong and check on Alibaba's books, because Alibaba's books are in Hong Kong, right? And basically the US has been saying, nah, you have to like basically send it over to the US. And basically because of China's laws, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange actually cannot send out all these documents, which is another problem, right? Because if you can't send out the documents and the SEC won't come over, so you're in a stalemate. And basically in 2 or 3 years, basically the holding foreign companies accountable act will go into play, and basically that is a chance for Alibaba to get delisted from the New York Stock Exchange, right? Which, as you know, is one of the biggest and one of the most liquid markets in the whole planet, right? So that's about all I wanted to share today. If you did enjoy the video, help me smash up the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, hit the bell button, and with that being said, have a fantastic day and peace out.